Today's video is going to be another new makeup update. It's been a while since I did an episode of this series. It's been a long time, like 3-4 months. And I've been thinking how I want to go about this, how I want to be doing this on my channel. It's been a weird few months. I am very much behind on everything, but I'm still gonna go and try and somewhat catch up, but in a way that it's gonna be a little bit chill. So I thought I would do these a little bit more often and then just pick out a certain number of products. So we're just gonna pick this up slowly. I'm not gonna be throwing 1 hour, 1.5 hour videos at you this time and at myself because those are a lot of work. We're gonna be chill on this channel. This is gonna be a chill video, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I definitely want to talk about is the blushes that I tried from Flower Nose. I'm talking about the blushes from the Shell's Jewel collection. I bought one for my first impression video, and that was one of the last videos I did before my little like spontaneous hiatus. I bought one of those, tried it in the video, and since then I was hooked. I love that blush so much. Which one was it? What is on the back of this blush? Hold. Wait a minute, let me fix that. I think it might have been this one, but I really don't know. I tried one of these blushes, and these blushes are just so glowy, smooth, skin-like, perfect amount of pigmentation. These are just so flattering and easy to use. And after I tried that one shade, I was like, I cannot stop myself. And I bought the other shades that I thought I would like. So these blushes, this is another shade. This is Luna Pearl. This is a very cool tone pink. This is the thing that I have been reaching for, that I've been using, the blushes that I have been using again and again and again while I wasn't filming YouTube, and I still use them multiple times a week. Like, these are the blushes I reach for now, and I have a big blush collection and I have so many blushes that I enjoy. These blushes are just, they are it for me right now. They are so glowy, they have such beautiful shades, and they are coming out with the new Sweetie Bear collection. Once this video is up, that is already up. Like, there is no way this video will be up before that collection is launching. I'm kind of thinking what I want to do with it, because they have satin blushes in the collection as well, so it could be somewhat similar to this. And I did see that they had kind of like this muted cool tone pink, which is something that I don't have here in this collection. These blushes are all pretty much on the more like outspoken bright side, except for this shade. This is 04 Beach Starfish, and this I bought to use as a bronzer, like a rosy bronzer. Stunning, gorgeous, I love it. It's also a really nice kind of like beige, barely there blush. These are just stunning blushes. These are on their way to become my absolute favorite blushes. I have used them more than the Kiko baked blushes as well. There's just something about these. These are so effortless, and they just make your skin look so amazing without being metallic. It's a gorgeous formula. I cannot say enough good things. The thing also is that in my experience in the past, I felt like the Flower Nose blushes had somewhat lighter colors and then also lighter pigmentation. These are very nicely pigmented without being too pigmented. And I also have here the palette that I tried from the collection. I feel like I tried something else. Cannot think of it right now, but also I definitely didn't pick out everything that I could have reviewed in this video. I mean, there is still a lot of makeup waiting for me where I have made up my mind, but I just cannot do it all in one video. So this is the Flower Nose Shell's Jewel Collection 6 color makeup palette in 01 Moonlight Pearl. I think this is a cute palette. It's just very light, very soft. We do have some cute like sparkly shimmers. I do enjoy this palette. The packaging is cute as always. I just feel like if you love Flower Nose formulas, this is a cute palette, but it doesn't give you a lot of contrast, okay? So keep that in mind. I also in this video wanted to mention some W7. I've been trying some W7 and I have some W7 that I want to update you on. I do want to get into the eyeshadow formula a little bit before I go into the other products that I've tried that you will hear about later. So this is the Eye Moods Day to Night eyeshadow palette. This is one of their newer eyeshadow palettes. I tried it somewhat recently. I just feel like the formula of W7 is pretty consistent over the palettes that I've tried. This is the Mixology eyeshadow palette. I feel like this is pretty much inspired by Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like the mattes in these palettes are quite soft, quite powdery, not super buildable. They are nothing to write home about, nothing too like crazy special. I wouldn't say this is a very good matte formula per se. The shimmers are quite nice. I feel like there are some really nice shimmers in this palette and in the Eye Moods palette as well. But I just feel like overall the quality of these is not amazing. The price at least in the Netherlands is very low. Like you can get these for like 8 to 10 euros, I think. It's definitely a good price, but I just feel like it's not really worth it. I feel like there are other affordable eyeshadow formulas that are just better than this. The matte just really kind of ruined it for me, and these are not going to be palettes that are going to stay in my collection for a very long time. I feel so weird talking about some things from a collection and then not other things, but that is always my downfall with these types of videos. So we're just doing it. Okay, I want to talk about some things from the Kiko x Emma Roberts collection. This was a collection that they launched, I think, in April. So that's quite a long time ago. But I feel like a lot of these things they still have or are even on sale right now. So I'm just gonna mention some things. I have been really enjoying the Unlimited Double Touch from the Emma Roberts collab. I feel like these are such good shades, such good colors. They all are good formula. The formula of the Unlimited Double Touch can be a little bit hit and miss. Like if you have a good one that is really good, but there are some that are a little bit questionable. And this formula was just really good. I loved the shades, love the way it looks on the lips. I am such a fan of this range. They did a great job with that. And something that I don't feel like they did a very good job with is the GlossGods liquid bronzer. So this is a pretty interesting packaging. Like you turn and then you have this little sponge. It's a little bit She Glam-esque, but a little different, and then you apply that to the cheeks, blend it out. I just feel like these bronzers, I have two shades because the first one that I got I felt like was a little bit patchy. I thought, is it a color or is it a formula? I tried another one, it was also patchy. I just feel like this formula is a bit hard to blend, doesn't lay the smoothest on the skin, and as I said, it's just a little bit patchy. It's not my favorite. I feel like usually Kiko is a brand that I can really trust when it comes to their bronzers, when it comes to their cheek products, but this wasn't it. It was a little bit finicky. It's like, you can make it work probably if you really go for it, but for me it's just not worth it. Then I have here the Unreal Glowy Blush Stick from Charlotte Tilbury. It took me a while to actually get one of these. When they first were announced, I was really excited because I really love the skin tint stick from Charlotte Tilbury from this line. I just feel like it's very effortless and glowy. It makes my skin look so good. I just have to apply it in a certain way, and I also know that's not for everyone, but I really enjoy it. So then they came out with these, but then I was like so overwhelmed by all of the new products. And I gave it a little bit of time before I decided to buy one shade and see how I feel about it. This is shade Cherry Glow. And this is a really nice red shade. It's kind of like a muted red. I've really been enjoying this one. I feel like it's really easy to apply, really easy to use. It's not sticky. It leaves a nice healthy glow without being too much. It's not too metallic. I really like this shade as well. I think this is a great product. I do feel like it's a bit on the expensive side. I did buy it for like 30 euros at Cult Beauty, which I think is a pretty fair price. I feel like they price their Charlotte Tilbury a little bit lower. I don't know if they keep it that way or if they do it for a launch or what the exact reasons for that is, but usually when I buy Charlotte Tilbury it is at Cult Beauty, and I feel like the price is pretty fair. Like 50 euros, yeah, that's a bit too much for this, but 30 euros for me, I feel like for a really nice blush that is definitely worth it, and I really enjoyed this one. Then I have some eyeshadow palettes that I've had in my collection for a little bit, and one of these also isn't available anymore, but I did want to mention it because I do feel like I'm seeing a little bit of a trend with this brand, which is important to note. So first up we have the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Nearly Natural eyeshadow palette. This is their updated version of the original Nearly Natural palette, and did I use this in a video yet? I feel like maybe I didn't, but I have been using it a lot. It had been like laying on my desk for over a month, and then once I started using it, I kept using it and I kept using it and I kept using it. The thing with this eyeshadow palette, I think what kind of deterred me from it at first, because I didn't buy it at first, is I think the background. I feel like the background makes this look a little bit less neutral and romantic and just doesn't do the shades in here enough justice, but once I started doing looks with it, I've been really enjoying the mattes in here. I've been really enjoying the shimmers in here. I feel like the shimmers are a little bit like super like indie special shades, but they're just really beautiful shimmers with some different textures. Some are a little bit more fine, some are a little bit more like almost chunky, but not really. I have just really been enjoying doing my day-to-day kind of basic looks with this, and I've been going back into this again and again and again, and I gotta be honest, it is just a really nice palette. It's just so good for go-to, like easy, thoughtless, brainless looks. I have been going into this row of mattes the most, and then picking like a shadow liner over here, and then just putting one shimmer kind of like in the middle of the lid, and that was it. This is just really nice. I just feel like I like the vibe of the first palette a little bit more. I haven't really done any side-by-side comparisons. I haven't been swatching things next to each other. I also couldn't really tell you if you need both, if you need you have the other, if you need this. I personally have just really been enjoying it. This was for me really like a behind the scenes favorite, something I've just been using a lot and that I've just been really enjoying. Then the brand that I was just talking about that I feel has really improved their formulas is actually GlossGods. And GlossGods is a brand, I've been enjoying them. I've been enjoying them for years, and I feel like they have a pretty good formula, but it was never truly perfect. I feel like sometimes the mattes were a little bit finicky, but with this Dancing Lights eyeshadow palette, I feel like they really took it to the next level. I feel like the shimmers in here are just stunning. They have so many different textures. I love the color story. It's a little out there. It's not the half neutral, half colorful color story which I usually go for, but I've done so many beautiful looks with this. Beautiful purple looks, beautiful greenish, bluish looks. They just did something with this palette. The formulas are amazing. The mattes are stunning. They work well, they blend well, they build well. I didn't have any issues with these mattes. While I feel like these are shades that can be pretty difficult to formulate. Sometimes there are issues with these kinds of shades, but I don't feel like that was the case with this palette. I feel like this is just absolutely stunning. Beautiful special shades. I feel like there are so many options with these colors. I feel like the bright greens also were a very fun addition. And I also saw that there's gonna be another eyeshadow palette. At least I saw that they have one in their advent calendar, and usually the one that they put in their advent calendar is also their holiday launch when it comes to the eyeshadow, and it seems to be a little bit more of a smoky palette. I'm very excited for that, especially now that I know what they can do with their new formulas. Alright, let's end the video with some drugstore. First up, I tried some time ago the Tattoo Liner by Maybelline in the Multichrome formula, or the Multichrome shade. I feel like they had two Multichrome liners, and this is the one in Aurora Flip. This is a pretty cute liner. It's not like super shifty, but I do feel like it's creamy and long wearing. I've actually been enjoying this. It is just on the subtle side, but I feel like usually with multichrome eyeliners that are at the drugstore, they are just a little bit more subtle. Then I also tried the NYX Buttermelt highlighter, and this is a shade Bright and Butter, and I just feel like this is such a smooth highlighter formula. It is so smooth that it's really hard to detect where the highlighter like begins and ends. It really almost melts into the skin, becomes one with the skin. It's a very interesting formula. I feel like it's different than other highlighter formulas that I've tried. I know that there are some different formulas, but this is a very smooth one. It's really beautiful. I feel like it's really easy to wear more naturally, but you can also build it up, which I think is really nice. I love that versatility. Then I have some Essence and Catrice. First up, I did try the Underwater Secrets collection by Catrice, and I decided to review the perfume in that collection today. This is just a very soft, very subtle, kind of like a gourmand perfume. It's very soft, and it's so soft that I'm kind of like, is it too soft? Whenever I apply this, it is just hardly noticeable. It's so soft, it's so subtle. Like if you don't want your perfume to really like catch some attention, then this might be for you. For me, it's just a little bit of a strange experience like putting this on. It's just kind of like, is it even there? It is so soft. I kind of feel like the scent itself is also kind of like missing some like character, some punch. It's not really saying something. It is just very subtle. I just wish they had put one more note in there to just kind of like take it to the next level. It's not a bad perfume. It actually smells quite nice. but it's just very soft. Then we had the Essence So Cherry Happy collection, and I already told you in my blush video with my blush collection and declutter that I didn't enjoy the blush lighter from this collection, and usually I really love the blush lighters from Essence, so it was kind of a shock. So this is in Love You Cherry Much. I just feel like this is such a kind of like powdery, strange formula. I didn't feel like this sat nicely on the skin, and the kind of like glittery red pieces that are in here to have the look of those cherries, it blends into that powdery pink very weirdly. I just feel like this doesn't sit on the skin the way that I like it. I didn't enjoy this one at all. For me, this is one of the worst products that I've tried from Essence and Catrice this year so far. Then we have the So Cherry Happy Body Mist, and I just feel like this is very strong. Like as subtle as the other one was, as the Catrice one was, this is very strong, very sweet. I think if you like a cherry scent, if that is something that you usually enjoy, you might be able to enjoy this. I feel like for me, cherry scents are just a little bit overpowering, and I almost feel like this one isn't like sophisticated enough. It's really to the point. I would have liked for it to be a little bit more mixed in with some other notes. I like it. I like the body mist, but I don't love it. And then I have this So Cherry Happy lip balm, and this is the kind of lip balm that is just okay to me. I feel like it's a pretty hard formula. You really have to melt it with your finger, and then it becomes kind of like this pinky red color. It smells very strongly of cherry. It's a little bit too much. This type of balm, I just feel like is a lot of work to apply. It looks really cute, and I get why they do it because they want to keep the shape of the cherries, but I just feel like this is a hassle to apply, and then you get kind of like a thinner layer. I like a balm that's a little bit more like plushy and a little bit more hydrating. So for me, this isn't the perfect balm, but I think there are gonna be people that are really gonna enjoy this. If you like the cute packaging, you want something that isn't too thick on the lips. Then we also have this So Cherry Happy Face Primer. This is a little bit more on the jelly thinner side. It's not doing a crazy amount of anything, but it's really like a lightweight. It feels a little refreshing. I think it's nice if you're someone who doesn't want a lot of hydration, but you just want a little bit of extra something under your foundation or under your other products. I definitely think if you have more oily skin that this could be nice for you because it's not that heavy. Then we also have the Peptide lip tints, the Peptide lip glosses from Essence from this collection. I really enjoyed these. The pink one definitely is my favorite. It does smell pretty strong. Like this is cherry candy to the max. Like it's a little bit too much maybe for me, but also maybe cherry scents are just a little bit too much for me overall. Like I quickly find them to be a little bit too overpowering. So if you like cherry scents, you might still like these. These are very glossy. They have a nice kind of like creamy glossy look on the lips. I did enjoy the feel of these. Like these are quite nice and hydrating. I did like these. Then lastly, I have some products from the Catrice Desert Dune collection. I really enjoyed this collection. I think the looks that I've done with this are really nice. So we had these Luminizing Mousse blushes in this collection, and these seem a little bit shimmery in the pan, but as you apply them to the cheeks, they are a little bit more of a like just natural finish. I feel like these are really nicely pigmented, very easy to use, very easy to blend on the cheeks. Really gorgeous cream blushes. The shades of them look a little bit different on the cheeks than they do in the pan. This one is definitely a little bit more pinky. This is shade Desert Rose, and that one just becomes more of a rose shade than kind of like the corally tone that you see in the pan. And then we also have the shade Burnt Sienna, and this one becomes a little bit more of a cherry shade. This definitely isn't the color that you see here in the pan. It just becomes kind of like a pinky, darker cherry, and it is a very nice blush, a little bit dark on me, but I still enjoyed mixing it with that pink shade. And then we also had the matte cream bronzer in this collection. Love the packaging. The packaging is really nice. The blushes are a little bit more simple, but I feel like they did a great job with the bronzer. And this is just a really nice neutral bronzer, leaning a little bit cool. It is kind of like a putty formula, very creamy, but not like an actual cream. It's just like this super putty, like soft focus thing. It has a really natural finish. It's not too mattifying. I just really enjoy the cheek products in this collection. There were also some eye products that I will talk about in a later video. So that's gonna be it for the updates for me today. Let me know what you think about these products. Did you try any of them? How do you feel about them? Do you agree with me? And then I will see you in my next video. Bye.